Ever since I was a little kid, I've always loved going to the mountains. I grew up fishing the trout streams of Colorado. Well, on this week's episode, we're on the completely opposite end of the country in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains in the southeastern part of the United States. We're going to do some bass fishing coming up at a place I've never seen before. Glad you're along with us. Let's Fish TV is on the air right now. That is a fish. Oh man, look at this.
It's time for the only program that brings you real-time fishing reports from the Southwest region every week.
Oh my gosh. Oh, look at that. Woo!
This is Let's Fish.
Hi everybody and welcome to the show. I hope you're ready to go fishing because I am, and we're going to explore some brand new territory. It's going to be an excellent adventure in the next half hour. We are coming to you today in the beautiful Blue Ridge Mountains right on the North Carolina-Georgia border. The very northern part of Georgia, the town of Hiawassee. This is Lake Chatuge. It's a beautiful, clear lake. It's got all kinds of fish swimming in it, and today we're going to be going after some spotted bass and maybe a couple of largemouth bass. They've got all sizes in here from little bitty ones to great big ones, so we'll see what we can catch. You can see the lake is just beautiful. You can see the mountains back here in the background, and I'm really looking forward to getting out, checking out this lake. We're going to be doing it in the brand new GLACIER 650 Pro Tour. This is our first year with this boat, and I'm so impressed with how it rides, how it fishes. It's really just a dream fishing machine. So we're going to go get it launched. While we're out doing that, we're taking you around your local region for this week's fishing reports from our expert team of insider reporters from lakes, rivers, and bays right where you live, both freshwater and saltwater. The next time you see me, I'll be on beautiful Lake Chatuge trying to catch a bass. Right now, let's get things started back at the studio in your weekend planner.
Hey everybody, these Salooner tables are predicting fair game fish activity Saturday and poor activity on Sunday. Peak times begin early morning around 2:52 on Saturday and 3:57 on Sunday morning. Daytime activity picking up around 3:32 on Saturday and 4:39 Sunday afternoon. Depending on your local area, you can expect the sun to rise around 7:29 and set around 7:03. In evenings, will feature a moon that is only 13% visible. Stick with us. We've got fishing reports from across the area on the way. Plus, Bassmaster elite angler Drew Benton stops by to answer your Ask the Pro question. Back in a bit.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Lose. Feel the difference. Waypoint Customs. Customize your boat your way. Strike King. Tie one on. GLACIER Glove. Stay outdoors longer with our gloves, hats, and shades. Fishing Specialties. Makers of the premier mount assembly for live sonar.
My first trip to Lake Chatuge, and that's what we're fishing for today, spotted bass. There's a fish. Everyone's got it. What have I got way out here off of a little red clay bank? Going sideways. I don't think you're as big as you're fighting. Boy, these spotted bass are some kind of fighters. There he comes up, straight down. There's a little spotty. There we go. Well, welcome back everybody. We've made it out on my first trip to Lake Chatuge, and that's what we're fishing for today. That is a spotted bass. Caught him on a little soft plastic finesse bait, Strike King. I'll show it to you later, show you all the gear. But there's what a spotty looks like. Little small mouth, long skinny body. This is not the strain of the like Alabama spots that get to be 6-7 pounds, something like that. This is just an average kind of smallish fish, but they are hard fighting fish, and there are gazillions of them in this lake. So let's set you up on Lake Chatuge. It's located, again, as we said, on the North Carolina-Georgia border. It's near the town of Hiawassee, Georgia, in the northern part of the state. It's in the Blue Ridge Mountains, part of the Appalachian chain of mountains. It's about a 7,000 surface acre lake, so it's not large in surface acres, but man, is it spread out. You can see there are arms and rivers, creeks, bays, canals. There's just all kinds of stuff running everywhere on this lake. It's 150 or so miles of shoreline. It's just a gorgeous lake, mountains all the way around. It's got several different kinds of cover we're fishing. We'll show it to you, but there's some lay down logs falling over in the water. There's some rock. There's some little red clay points. We'll see what the fish are on today, but I'm just gonna do some scouting around. Again, my first time ever, don't have any help here, just trying to figure it out on my own. But we've got to start. That's a spotted bass. That's what we're fishing for in this lake. There's other species in here, hybrid stripers and crappie and several others, but we're fishing for spots today. So let's see what happens, and we'll try to figure it out as we go. How about that? Oh, golly, pulled a rod out of my hand just about. Oh, another little spot right off the end of one of those lay down logs. Ha! I wondered if there would be any fish off those. Boy, he's digging deep too. Just another one of those size. There we go. All right. How about that? There's another Lake Chatuge spot. That one's a little bit fatter right there. Boy, they're just beautiful colored. Well, see you, partner. We were done with him anyway. I figured out another way they can be caught. You know, when you come to a lake you've never been to like this, you don't know what you're going to find. So you just have to figure it out. And so, see these logs laying in the water here. There's another type of cover in this lake that I mentioned, and they run way out in the water. Spots live a little bit deeper than largemouths do, typically. I learned that from our co-host, Andrew Upshaw, that hosts some of our episodes. He fishes for them a lot more than I do. So out off the end of these logs, there'll be sometimes laying, and what I'm doing is pitching a little soft jerk bait. That's a Strike King 0. And I'm just kind of letting it go off the end of those logs like that, twitching that rod tip, letting it flutter and fall down. And a lot of times if they're laying out there underneath, they suspend. They're not on the bottom. Those logs have run way out over deep water. And so they'll just lay up under the shade and use that log for protection and cover, that fallen over tree in the water. And if you can twitch something over the top of their heads, a lot of times you can get them to come up and nail it. Okay, we got some fish working here at beautiful Chatuge Lake in North Carolina, Georgia, right on the border, Hiawassee. Because they will put up a tussle on you. There we go. Look at that one. That's what I wanted right there. There we go. Up he comes. Good spot. Yeah. This is what I want right here. All right. Now he's going to dig deep. Hey, welcome back, everybody. We are still at Chatuge Lake, located very far north Georgia. Here's this fish. Catching these nice spotted bass. That's a fat one there. Man, they fight. I love to catch these things because they will put up a tussle on you. There we go. Look at that one. That's what I wanted right there. Long, skinny, healthy looking fish. What a beautiful spotted bass. Well, I'm catching these fish off these rock banks, and I want to show you what I'm doing. I'm using a Strike King Rage Ned Bug. I'm Ned rigging. Actually, I've got a spinning rod. I've got braided line. I'll show it to you at the end of the show. Got a Ned head. And when I'm fishing these rocky banks, what I'm doing is making a cast, not to the shoreline. I'm landing about 20, 30 feet out from the shore. I'm letting that bait go till it hits the bottom, and then here's what I'm doing. Watch me right here. I just start reeling. Turn that reel handle and keep that rod parallel to the water. And every once in a while, I'll stop that reel, let it go down until it hits the bottom again, and then I'll start reeling up again. And then I'll stop, let it hit the bottom, keep that rod low like this, and if one hits it, then you've got room to swing back and set the hook. The hook set on a Ned rig is a sweeping hook set like this. You don't want to do a pop, you'll pop it out of their mouth. But that's the way you fish a Ned rig, and this little bait is just deadly for these kind of fish. Rocky bank, pulling it out, and they'll just swim out here in open water right out off the rocks. And you just swim that little Ned bait through there. It's got those two kicking tail legs on it, and it just attracts them. But you want it swimming. You don't want to jig it or pop it. You just want it swimming on a straight swim somewhere a little bit up off the bottom.
Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Mercury. Go boldly. Lowrance, America's #1 fish finder. Gulf Shores and Orange Beach, Alabama. Get our free fishing guide at orangebeach.com. MotorGuide's Tour Pro with GPS anchor. The tour is back. Blazer, high-performance boats for high-performance anglers.
You can see where the rock comes around that point and just comes to an abrupt end, and then it turns into red clay. There's one. Got him. Open water. Saw some fish on my graph, and that one just came up out of nowhere. Okay, now they're getting smaller. I don't like that. Another one on my little soft plastic jerk bait there. I'll show you all the gear at the end. Just another small size spot. You know, this whole area is really interesting. If you've never heard of this lake, that I had not actually before I came here, the locals pronounce it Chatuge. It's spelled C-H-A-T-U-G-E. And that was an Indian name. It was a tribe of the Cherokee Indians that lived here. And there's actually several old Indian settlements that are under the surface of this lake that were inundated when they impounded the lake. This lake's got a dam that's actually up on the north end of the lake, and it's fed by the Chatuge River that runs in on the south end, and the little town of Hiawassee is right on the shore of it there. And there's just a lot of history, a lot of interesting stuff that went on around here. But this is all former Indian country. It's just a very interesting place if you ever get a chance to come here. And if you want to book a guide trip here, I'll give you the contact information for Jeremy Seabold. He actually guides more at Lake Nottely, which is right next door, about 30 minutes away, but he also guides here at Chatuge. There he is. There's a fish. Come up here, you little spot. I'll bet you that's a spotted bass. And it is. Just a small one, but it's a fish nonetheless. Come in here. There we go, not too bad. Well, there is a Chatuge Lake spotted bass, and it is absolutely loaded with them. This lake has got the spots, it's got largemouth bass, it's got hybrid stripers, and I don't know what else, but it's got a lot of different species of fish in it. That's a good little spotty right there. You can always tell them by the horizontal lines that run down their sides and a couple of patches of teeth on their tongue, and they got a real orange, kind of reddish looking eye. That's your spotted bass. Back he goes. Spent quite a bit of time fishing, and I'm finding that the spotted bass are on the rocky stuff. And even better if you can find a transition. And there is a subtle little thing that you need to watch for. Right there in front of me, you can see where the rock comes around that point and just comes to an abrupt end, and then it turns into red clay. Those transition spots where it goes from rock to clay can be real keys. A lot of times those fish will hang right on that transition.
Watch our latest episode or catch up on past episodes on our website at letsfishtv.com. Be sure to hit the subscribe button on our YouTube channel, like us on Facebook, and follow us on Twitter for new fishing videos every day. And download the free Waypoint TV app to get all the latest episodes every week on your phone, tablet, computer, or smart TV. Let's Fish TV is proudly backed by Academy Sports and Outdoors, making it easier than ever to gear up and have fun out there. Power Pole, total boat control. Visit Mississippi, good times are close by. Low Boats, 50 years of boating craftsmanship. Balls Out, made in the USA, heavy-duty mounts for your fish finders.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get right to your Ask the Pro question for this week. Victor wants to know, what are some things that I can do to help me find fish offshore? For an answer, we asked Bassmaster Elite Angler Drew Benton.
I think the biggest battle with offshore fishing, we've all got these, high-end electronics. We've got the best graphs that you can buy. I've got Lowrance 12s, the best structure scan there is. And really it comes down to, how in tuned I am to using that equipment and how I have my settings set up. I'm really comfortable scanning out 60 feet either direction to see fish. And if I'm looking out further than that, I can't really see the fish. So when I'm looking for structure or brush, I might have it on 100 versus whenever I'm looking for actual fish, the dots that, the fish and the shadows that show up and physically see the schools of fish, I have it on 60. That's about the top of my range that I'm comfortable identifying and picking out fish. And as long as people and novice anglers in particular understand the properties and how to use those electronics the way they're meant to be used, it's a whole lot easier. It makes that learning curve for finding offshore fish a lot easier.
Thanks so much, Drew. If you want some help from one of the pros, simply go to letsfishtv.com, follow that Ask the Pro link, and submit your very own question. Now it's time to find out who wins this week's Big Catch of the Week.
Hey everybody, we are back at the Chatuge Lake boat ramp, and it's time right now for this week's winner in the Big Catch of the Week contest. He's Captain Mike Thompson of Lone Oak, Texas, with a 27-inch flounder he caught at Galveston, Texas. And as an added bonus, here's Alan Harper with a 38-pound redfish, Brad Benish with an 18-pound redfish, and Chris Hayes with a 42-pound black drum, all from Galveston.
Here's today's Right Stuff, presented by Academy Sports and Outdoors.
Next up on the Academy Right Stuff, here's the gear that you'll need if you want to catch spotted bass in a clear water lake like we fished here at Chatuge today. It begins with the Lew's TP1X Speed Stick rod. These are the white rods with the wind grips on the handles, the split grips, that come in a wide variety of species, technique, specific actions. This particular one is a multi-purpose spinning rod. It's a medium action and it's a moderately fast tip, and it's perfect for feeling these little finesse baits. As far as the baits were concerned, it all began with the little Strike King Rage Ned Craw. This is a small, little, subtle finesse bait. It's got the little kicking tails that swim through the water. Did a great job of attracting those strikes. And then we used the soft plastic jerk bait. This is the Strike King Zero Z2. It's a little soft bait that we rigged weightless and twisted over some of those lay-down logs. And my balls out mounts, my latest configuration, is my favorite. I've got my two Lowrance HDS live units mounted side by side right here on the console. Again, these balls out mounts are configurable in any way you want. You can get them in a color that'll match your boat as well, in any configuration for any fish finder. Check them out, the website you see on your screen. And every time you see me, I'm wearing my GLACIER gloves. They protect my hands from the sun, the wind, the water, and fish teeth, and all those cuts from the fish fins. They have leather on the palm to help me grip my reels to cast. They're very lightweight and breathable. Check out the GLACIER gloves, hats, shades, and buffs at their website. Did you know that things that happened to you as a little kid have a dramatic impact on your life today? That's right, if those things were good, they make you the person that you are. But if those things happen to be bad, they can impact your life today in very negative and terrible ways. But I'm here to offer a little hope and a little good news if you're in that situation. There is lots of help available. In my case, it was a relationship with Jesus Christ along with some really good counseling that got me out of a really deep pit. But if it's you, there are lots of opportunities to get group help, books, classes, internet resources. There is lots of help available if you take that one little step and reach out. The good news is that you're not stuck and all is not lost, but the next move is yours. I hope you enjoyed my first trip to beautiful Lake Chatuge in North Georgia, right on the North Carolina border. If you'd like to come to either this lake or Lake Nautilus right next door for some hybrid stripers or striper action, or even some bass or crappie, give Jeremy Seabolt a call. The information you see on your screen. We will see you next week. Until then, I'm Barry Stokes. Be safe, have fun. Bye-bye, y'all.